Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your April 17th to April 30th general read, Aries. It's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Feel free to check out your other signs as they continue to be loaded. Also, we have dailies and then the random real shit messages. We're trying to get back in the swing of things, so hopefully I will be able to offer you more content more frequently as I used to do. All right, Aries, so let's get into it. I urge you to check out your other signs, even if this does resonate with you, honestly, so that you can get a broader picture. Aries, maybe some overlapping energy with Leo there, because that did just come out for Leo, but maybe not. Let's see what. What we're doing, where we're going, where are we going with this? I'm mirroring, where are we going with this? I'm looking at somebody like they're trying to make a point, and they're like, and the other person, there's a person sitting across from them, and they're like, and and where are we going with this? Like, they're listening to someone who's like so long-winded and drawn out, and they're sitting there and they're like, first they're really, they're paying attention, they're really involved, and then it's like their eyes kind of glaze over, and then they, their leg starts to shake, and then their head starts to nod up and down like and then they get the hands and they're like and where are we going? Like, is there ever going to be a point, right? Like, get to it. Okay, so again, we have been getting this message of patience. So Aries, in Aries is a pretty gung-ho, go-getter, full force, rapid fire, Energizer Bunny type of sign. So, you could be called to have a little bit more patience than you normally do, and that's okay. I'm seeing this lizard here. He's like a little bit drunk. I feel like I've seen a drunk lizard somewhere, and that's what's reminding me of. It's like this lizard is super slow, low and slow, baby, low and slow, like not a care in the world. Like, let's just chill out, have a beer. It's all good. I'm hearing him hiccup. I feel like I have seen that somewhere before, like a lizard that's drunk and has the hiccups. Anyway, red squirrel. Gather your resources now, for they will sustain you through coming change. Okay, Aries, you could have some obviously some change coming through, but perhaps, let's say you're a independent contractor, you're 1099, you have your own business, you could be coming up into a slower period. So you're being given a chance to gather your resources now, gather what you would need now. Paperwork for some of you, and others of you, it's just like a little bit of savings, a little bit of extra savings, a little bit of extra, even I'm seeing someone pay bills in advance, pay rent in advance, things like that. That's going to carry you through. I'm hearing the drought. Okay. So, and then you have whatever tradition or others expect of you, only to yourself be true. All right, Aries, again, I'm getting a lot of like working for yourself, doing for yourself. For some of you, yeah, it could be a romantic relationship that's a little off the rails, as some would see it. It's a little bit unconventional. It's not what other people would have for themselves. It's not what society says is normal or okay, but it works for you, and that's what's important. But for others of you, this is actually your lifestyle. This is your way of living. Some of you may want to travel in a van. Some of you may want to live out of a tent. Some of you may want to have, a tiny house. Some of you may want to have 2 tiny houses and a mansion. And it doesn't make sense to anybody, but it makes sense to you, okay? And that's kind of where you're at. And also, you're being given everything that you've asked for and everything that you've worked for in order to carry you through this time. I do feel like there's something of a drought or a slow time coming through that also has its place as well. There's a reason why the universe is going to make you slow down, but you should, handled correctly, have all the resources that you need to make it through that period, okay? And then chameleon. Conceal ambition with patience until it is time to make your move. Once again, we're getting this card, something about patience. I didn't even read that before I said what I said about this lizard. Anyway, you're getting this patience to, and who got somebody got to move in silence. And move in silence was the name of the reading, but I can't remember who it was for, honestly. So sorry about that. But this is overlapping with that energy. You can just go and look for the title, Move in Silence. It was loaded yesterday, I believe. Okay, conceal ambition with patience until it is time to make your move. Not everybody has to know everything about what you're doing, especially because a lot of people will unknowingly block that path for you just out of jealousy and envy alone. You know, not a lot of people really rooting for you to make it these days. A lot of people, you know, waiting in the shadows for you to fail, but not a lot of people rooting for you to make it. And even the ones that claim they're rooting for you to make it, when you make it, yeah, we see those little snide remarks and smirks and yuckiness. You know, they secretly are hoping that you fail. So just be excited on the inside and be patient. When it's time to make your move, you will. Aries, I mean, if patience is the name of your reading, look at this. I accept that everything happens in divine timing. Patience. And I also feel like this is really important too, to point out that you'll be given the resources or whatever you need to make it through that drought or that long period or that slow period. Like I said, that slow period is coming for a reason too, and also have patience in that period. You'll be able to do other things in that period that you would not be able to do had it not slowed down. Okay, so you'll need those resources to carry you through, because you'll need to be working on something else that doesn't require you get in the bag in order to make everything continue on, keep going, and keeping it above water. But also that time, you're very much not supposed to allow your sort of negative thought patterns to get a hold of you, because you are supposed to have patience that it will work out. It's a slow period. It's not a dead stop. Okay, remember that. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Did I not say that in the beginning of the reading? You know, whatever the tradition or others expect of you, only to yourself be true, okay? I mean, yeah, you may have a lot of people judging you, or that's right for you, or whatever. You know what? This is kind of carrying over that. Leo had a similar kind of overlapping energy as well, with that you do you, and that's great for you, and I respect you, but I have to do me, okay? Service. I feel good when I can help others. Okay, so some of you may be going into a position or a job or a entrepreneurship or something like that, where that is the service that you're providing. You know, you may be helping other people. For some of you, it looks a little bit like therapy. It actually looks like physical therapy for some of you. For others of you, it could just be providing a service that lets people vent. For some of you, like literally, you could become a cuddle buddy, and everybody's like, "What the hell is a cuddle buddy?" Like, that's so weird. Nobody's going to pay you to cuddle with them. Actually, it's kind of a booming business. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with prostitution, but it's like it's weird, right? It's even weird to me, and look what I do for a living. But you have to do what's right for you. You have to be true to yourself, and you can't let other people kind of come in and judge you and tell, like, well, you can't keep anyone from judging you. That's the thing, right? You can't keep anyone from judging you, but you can sort of not allow it to affect you or dictate your life or decisions that you make, okay? Let's go ahead and jump in over here. Also, there's something about this service card as well. You can be taken advantage of. People can take advantage of you in that space where you are offering a service to someone, or you're being of service to people out of the kindness of your heart, out of being a good person, when you help others. And so you need to make sure that whenever you're doing that, you're doing it out of a good place, out of your heart, because you want to do it, because you feel like it's the right thing to do, and not because you want to be seen, want to be known, want to be acknowledged, and or want something in return. So that's really important as well, because that can turn you really sour really quick, okay? Also, even if you are doing it out of a good place and you need no recognition, if people continue to come in and lie to you and use you to get things out of you, that will turn you just as sour, just as quick, okay? As if you were never doing it out of the best place of your heart to begin with. Okay, so just something to think about going forward. Eight of Wands and the Two of Swords. The card says confusion. I don't think it's really confusion on your part. What I am getting with this is that what you're wanting to do, Aries, the life you see for yourself, the way you see things panning out for you is causing confusion in others. They really don't understand it. They feel completely detached from you. They don't feel like they have like common ground with you anymore. The messages, I feel like I feel like this is very fast acting energy with this Eight of Wands. There is communication here, but I feel like they just don't get it. Okay, for others of you, you know, you may be talking to a significant other, and there's a lot of confusion in your words right now. There's a lot of miscommunication. It's like, how did you get that out of that? Like, you say this whole thing and you're kind of bearing your soul to someone, and then they come back with something completely off the wall, and you're like, how did you get that out of me saying this? Okay, I'm seeing someone or hearing someone that's like really like we can't connect. Like, I just feel like no matter what, like I feel like we're not even speaking the same language. Fairness. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm feeling like that's just for a time. I'm not sure what the energy is doing, you know, how this energy is affecting you in your own personal chart. See, Eight of Swords with this Queen of Swords. Someone's all up in their head. Possibly both people are so much in their head that they can't really see where the other person is coming from. And also there's a situation here where someone gets it in their head that someone thinks, feels, or has said something, or they misinterpreted what they said, and they get really in their head about it. And it's like, you can't tell them anything, right? Like, they heard what they heard, and no one's going to convince them otherwise. You're going to have to let them calm down, or, you know, just let them be and let them see it in their own way. Okay. And if this is you, Aries, you're going to have to step back and get out of your own head. Be fair to the situation. Okay. Come in with logic. We're really being pressed very strongly to use logic. And right when I said that, you know, that's a lot of readings and a lot of messages that have been coming out lately have been with the message, like, this is where heart meets logic. And that's, you know, like, as I'm talking about the logic over here, we see the Ace of Cups over here. Like, this can be done and sort of rectified with love. Like, at the end of the day, you may not be having the best communication. You may not even be speaking at this time. For some of you, you're not even speaking to your significant other or your partner, or maybe even some of your family members or children or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, everything gets resolved through love. It is going to get filtered through that heart space, and you're going to do what's right, what's fair. You're going to have to break out of this this mental imprisonment, though, to kind of just, again, allow everyone to walk their own path and have patience in that, and have patience in knowing that it's going to work out the best way that it can, because that's really all it can do. Okay, Aries, I love you so much. That's what I have for you. I hope you got something out of that. Let me know in the comments if you did, and I will see you next time.